Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video I'm going to talk about what is holding you back from hiring staff. Now, the first thing, the big thing, the one thing that's holding you back, which was me as well, is fear. It's probably the fear of losing money, the fear of making a mistake, the fear that you don't have enough knowledge or skill to actually hire somebody. Or perhaps it's the fear of actually failing or feeling like you are a failure. Now, one thing I'm going to say to the side of that is because you fail at something doesn't mean that you are actually a failure. So just be aware of that as well. So now diving into the concept that, what might be holding you back other than the fear. So let's just say you could move past the fear. Well, it's going to be some knowledge. Now, I was of the belief as well that you needed to hire someone, then you had to hire them full time. So that was going to cost me $50 or $60 or $80,000 a year or something like that. I couldn't afford that. Well, that's actually not true. The goal here is to hire somebody and gradually step it up and hire somebody that actually meets your budget. So it might be that you bring in a bookkeeper 4 hours a week to take that stressful part of the data entry stuff you're doing at 10 o'clock at night because you don't have any time to do it. They can raise a few invoices for you that are probably 3 or 4 weeks behind that you needed to send out, and they can manage your payables and things, but that's going to come at a very low cost. You might have $100 or $200 that you invest in that type of role. Or it could be an administration role, or it could be outsourcing even. You could actually outsource project-based things to sites like Fiverr or Upwork or other things like that, where you can actually put a project out there. Somebody will go and make a target list of 100 businesses that you want to actually target and get in touch with because you just don't have the time to do it. They could build your website, they could graphically design your materials or edit your videos, whatever it is. But you can outsource that, and it's a very low cost. But the goal here is to save you time. That is the why we need to hire the team. And obviously you know that because if you're thinking about hiring a team, you're in that point, it's like, I need to hire a team, but I can't do it. I just don't know how I can actually get to doing that. So one of the other things that I like going through too is the actual investment around hiring a team. So let's just use some round numbers. Let's say you were hiring a team member and you were looking to hire them full time, and they were on $60,000 a year. Now that's about $5,000 a month. Let's use round figures. So what generally happens for the first 3 months of that person's role, that person, you will need to invest in that person. So you're not going to see a return on investment initially. So let's say in month 1, they were just getting up to speed, getting trained, and you weren't really seeing a return on investment yet because they haven't given you the space to step back and move out of the business. Month 2, let's say they're starting to take on nearly half the time, so it might cost you, the investment fee of cash would be about $3,000 that month. And in month 3, you might only be investing about $1,000 in that role because you're starting to see some return coming back from having that person as part of your team. And month 4 onwards, you're getting a positive return from that role. So in that case, at a $60,000 role, 5K, 3K and 1K, you've got 9K there that you're going to be outlaying or needing to invest. So you've got to ask yourself, can I afford $9,000 over the next 3 months to hire this role? And more importantly, the better question to ask yourself is, can I afford not to hire this person in this role? Right? Because you as a leader in a business and playing a lead role in the business, your hourly rate is somewhere between $250 and $500 an hour or more in the value you can bring to the business. Now, if you're doing a $25 or $30 or $40 an hour task in the business, you're costing yourself hundreds of dollars of potential value in your business by you holding on to those tasks. So for me, the decision was, I just took the leap, I jumped off the cliff, I made the decision to hire people, and I can tell you every single time I've done that, it has paid dividends. It's really, really helped. Because once you do it and you've got somebody in there and they're starting to take load off you can see that benefit, you're really never ever going to want to go back to where you're doing everything yourself. So I would suggest that, look at the fear part. What's the worst thing that can happen? If you're looking to put someone on part-time, your risk is probably a couple $100 a week. Can you afford to invest a couple $100 a week? Learn how to do it, get some support from someone who's done it before that can teach you the process of hiring so you actually hire the right person. Or at least someone good enough to give you an understanding over a couple of months that, wow, this does help. They may not be exactly the right person, but I am seeing a benefit for me and for the business. The ultimate goal here in business is to free you up and take you out of doing the day-to-day, take you out of the below-the-line activities and get you on the above-the-line activities. Otherwise, you're going to continuously be running around on the hamster wheel and never be able to escape from it. So if you've got any questions or anything, feel free to stick them in the comments below. More than happy to support or answer any of those questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.